Welcome back to the brand new Forever World. Well, not brand new, but it kind of new thing to the channel. But anyway, ooh, already up with that.
This very evil book. I also put a fallen over tree again because these are very common in YouTube and I just look really cool in the game. But I also had some tail of leaves left over that I want to use as a little bit of foliage, but it's still pretty dead. I also have a ton of lure blocks that I'm going to use to put around, as once they are placed, they will die and just look like dead pieces of grass. And while I'm investigating the boat, I actually just saw some iron going down, which means the iron farm has been running, and oh my god, that is actually an
I
insane
do
amount of
have
iron.
two mods, and one of them are structures, one of them are cave biomes.
There's so much iron. Well, anyways, I think we start
So there will be special cave biomes,
cracks in the wall.
and I don't know where.
Couple more in there. And then what I can also do is add some pale hanging moss just to give it a little bit of life that's not life. Yep, exactly.
Okay, I haven't seen a single cave biome.
I maybe went a little overboard.
It's kind of
with some
anti-traumatic.
detailing, even adding in a few more extra trees, but I did put
Oh,
in
I could have died.
the portal. And even some of the like this, and off is a perfect lot to put in, and I honestly I
Ooh, fresh meat. Let me get those udders, boy. Let me snack them udders.
Maybe somebody in the Discord can help me because I am awful. That's the only thing I think I will show off some video now that it is. This is okay, I lied. There's one thing I want to add. I want to add a small factory here using some black stuff. Just be pretty much exactly the same factory I made over in White Castle. Except this one, I want to make it just slightly different. And yes, not everything. I just have to make this guy's sword, and then right here make it look like maybe the sword came.
Oh wait, y'all can see that it's.
And it's supposed to be symbolic.
You see, K bombs. K bombs.
But it's supposed to look like it is kind of dead, as if maybe the people in this game the statue is kind of fallen over into the wood. Very similar to the scene in the Lord of the Rings movie, where it kind of showed the crown over the fallen statue. Kind of reminded me of that, if you guys know the scene.
No.
The fallen king right here, evil king. But there is actually something I have an idea, and
Ah, I forgot.
fan that I don't want to put right there. I have a coral fan that I want to put on his head to make it look like he has a crown. I think that looks pretty good actually. And I think it's a nice little touch over here. So maybe I should do like a little flowers that kind of make it look like, the actual good.
Well, I just broke it. Now I'm just stupid.
Yeah, I know. Videos are extremely very, very poetic. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it's so long to make. And definitely leave a like and give you guys an opinion on this build. I think it's probably my favorite. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I've spent over 600 days in this world, and I've created some of my best builds ever. But a lot of these episodes have taken a little too long. That's because I don't have an elytra. So in today's episode, I want to defeat the Ender Dragon and create a tower as a space to all of my enchanting. Speaking of enchanting, there is a base level of enchanting that I still have to do before I can defeat the Ender Dragon today. For example, I really just don't have a good bow to use. I have an infinity bow, which is good, but no other enchantments. So I created another bow, and I want to see if I can get maybe power 4 on here, and that should be good. My armor is also pretty bad right now, so I kind of want to get mending on all of it so it doesn't break during the fight. Like I said, I need to get some mending books, so I'm going to go down into my little trading book, but I do need to trade with the Ledger of the Drift first and get a 100 sticks. So just like that, I have 16 of those, and luckily this guy only has about 14 mending trades, so we can get all of these books pretty easily. I also need mending on the Elytra that I'm going to get later, and I need mending on my sword. So along with the armor that I have to get, I need about 6 or 7 mini clips, so I'm going to keep trading with you guys. And it's time to put mending on all of my armor and my sword. So now that is much better. I don't have to worry about armor breaking. But again, I'm going to need to enchant this bow before I can do it. And I'm going to need to mend up all of these tools and my armor. So I might be down here for like 2 hours. Yeah, it's pretty slow. Anyways, I've mended up all of my tools and I've picked up 30. Well, I can finally get power 4 on my bow, and honestly, that is so much better than the last bow I did. And I can place them on an anvil, and if I combine these, and then put infinity on it, and now we have a maxed out bow. But there is still a few more things I need to do before I can defeat the dragon. The first thing I need to do is go into the nether. Now over here, I need two things. I need ender pearls, and I also need blaze powder. So I need to get blaze powder. I think it's torches. Yeah, just right there. After 2 minutes, I have just under half a stack of blaze rods, and now I have half a stack. Well, I found my way out, and now I just need to find a work wood in order to get the Endermans gone. So I got tourist destinations, and I'll be honest with you guys, that notification actually just scared me so bad. That was a hard fact. Well, I got my second Enderman though, so that's good. Traveling to the end inside of the Nether to collect eyeballs, which is really odd if you think about it, how there is an end type of biome in Nether. I've really thought about that until now. And now I have 22 Ender Pearls after I killed the last one, and that is definitely good enough for me to go that one. Back in now with my Ender Pearls and Blaze Powder, I want to grab some brewing stuff.
God, apple.
And I want to make some snowball
Stop. These structures can be so insane.
I forgot I don't have underwear, so I gotta go back to the nether one. But sadly, I need to wait out a few nights because I need phantom membranes for the snowball equipment. So I'm just gonna stare out this window and wait for the sun to come down a few more times. Okay, the sun's coming down, and when I say I've egg for it's I'm not joking. I don't know why phantoms are not spawning. I don't know if I need to like throw some Pringles on the ground or like make a trail of bread for them to show up, but like there's giant bags behind these guys. Oh, there they are. There's my good friend. And all this time, for one of these little guys. And honestly, that's all I need. In total, I've
I
already
did
spent
leave
like
alone.
5 hours on this video, and yeah, all I've done is prepare my tools and get some phantom networks. But I've also done in the meantime now, when I was waiting for the phantoms to spawn, is I've gotten some firework rockets, and I updated the map and put it up here. It doesn't fit much, but I think I'm gonna fix this later in the episode and map out this entire region. But now that I'm over here, I can grab some of the nether wart, and I can make some snowball clips which I think we need a nether wart first, and then a phantom. And then I think I need some redstone to make them last longer. The good news is I have no redstone. And that bumps it up to 4 minutes. That's 12 entire minutes of snowballing. That is definitely enough for me. And I'm going to go ahead and make another anvil so I can put mending on my elytra once I get that. Now all I need to do is make some eyes of ender. And now I can just go ahead and see which direction it's taking. Lay this back towards where the castle is. And it broke. That's not good. I've made it all the way on the other side of the mountain near this cave. And I've got another one is taking me over there. Probably should have thought about this before I threw the referral. So it is taking me over here towards where the cave is. It gives us a nice view of the white stone castle. So now I am on the other side of this cliff kind of river right here. And I have such an amazing view in this world. So beautiful of you. I'm going to throw another one. It's just continuing to take me. Well, it's asking me to go this way, so I guess it's somewhere in the middle right here in between these three tall oak trees. So I'm guessing it's like in the river then? Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna go in the river and get straight down. Well, here's zombie, which means there's a cave nearby, and I am in here. That's kind of fancy, right? Is this the point of that? It is. And we can I are interested. And I'm just gonna hop straight in here. I always get so nervous, even though this fight's pretty easy. I just now realized I forgot to I forgot something. Well, thankfully there's pumpkins out here, but I don't have any shears on me, so that's no. Okay, found some iron, and I made some shears, and I got the card pumpkin. Well, and there's a spawner. I was just like, let me just explore it for no reason. We're gonna do that some other time. I'm scared. I don't know why, but we're going in. I'm not the greatest in the world. Nice place to put a crate. Thank you. I have PTSD from the last time I was in this mission. I don't like it. I'm missing every single shot. I gotta lock in. I hate when Enderman just scream and that was so terrifying. Or the Ender Dragon just flung me 10 feet in the air. That was scary. That was a jump scare. Please don't do that again. I really am struggling with this tower. Please. I feel like this dude's being far more aggressive than he usually is. Now the last one is the tall tower. And I hit it. There we go. Get away from me. This is so aggressive right now. I don't know what I did to annoy this man. I think I know it. It is now time to drink my slow falling potion and my strength potion. And I think I just need to hop behind this guy and keep hitting his head. This guy's not too bad. Swooping down. I should be able to kill him. Again, I think I just started touching his toes. Oh, this guy was so easy. Oh my god. Get better.
This would be
Now, I'm curious. Leave a comment. What exactly do with the dragon egg when you get it? I feel like I never do anything with it. Maybe I can think of something to do with the dragon egg in the door behind me. But right now, my focus is on getting myself in my drone. Oh, right on top of the door. That's exactly what I was expecting. And this pit city right there, I don't think it has a ship. I traveled over to the first pit city I found, which sadly did not have a ship and therefore no elytra, but I did get plenty of silver shells, which I would gladly take back. Now I have spotted the city, and it has a ship over there in the distance, so that is absolutely amazing. That is the smallest city I've ever seen in my entire life. But you know what? I'll take it. I don't think I need anything much more than that. Open uniform deployed, and I don't lose the gold. That would be horrendous. I've made it. I finally got it. And a good pickaxe. That's pretty nice. And some leggings. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. Some emeralds. And now I can take flight for the first time in this world. I haven't done this in so long. It feels great. This is kind of trippy. I can see the main end island from here. That's kind of awesome. But I actually found a portal so I can just fly through here, and I can finally head on back home. And I'm back by the spawn. I've been here a while, and I don't know why there's a bee up here. I don't know how to tell this, but there's no flowers up here. Nothing grows up here, dude. But oh my god, I get to see the entire world. Now flying on back home, I just need to do a couple things. Now that I have an Elytra, I also can do some enchanting. I did not realize I had a sharpness 5 foot here on the shelf. Definitely take that. And then I can make a few books myself. So at 56 levels, I want to see what I can get on some books first. So I can get an Unbreaking 3 book right here. That means I can already put Unbreaking and Mending on my Elytra. I got another Unbreaking book and another Unbreaking book, and I got an efficiency book. So with a little bit of my enchanting done, I can start gathering materials for today's episode, which I created a few shulker boxes for, and of course to get the Halloween spirit, place the jacket. For the build today, I wanted to go for something a bit smaller, as I've been putting a little bit too much time into each episode. With that being said, I of course have to do my daily gathering of spruce wood, also hitting the caves for a bit to gather the top, which will be the main block for the tower I want to build. As I gathered up, I went to the other side of the world back and became to collect some moss. There was also a savanna nearby, which was perfect as I needed a good amount of fishing wood as well. To blend in with the cup I just gathered, I then traveled another short distance to a nearby desert to collect azalea leaves, as I really just preferred the sandy texture over any other leaf. After spending time in the desert, I flew back towards the beach to collect a tiny bit of terracotta and some string for candles, and some copper. As I plan on doing the entire interior for the tower today, so I started stripping a ton of blocks, as I was going to use as a sort of wallpaper block for the inside of the tower. And lastly, I planted a few yellow saplings to gather as payload, as the base block is a very good darker looking stone texture. I've now gotten most of the material gathering done. As you can see, every shulker box I made is filled up with blocks. All different types of them because I also want to build the entire interior like I have been saying. Now part of the interior is going to be a library, and I want this to be an enchanting tower, but for a library you need bookshelves, and bookshelves are best found in the Stronghold Library. I just have to remember it is a hole there. I think it's somewhere around here. There it is. Anyways, I need to collect a ton of bookshelves. Sadly, I don't have the plug on my ass. So this is going to take a little bit longer.
What, all of diamonds?
I had to clear out the entire bottom level, but I don't
I was about to say,
I
dang.
even took the cobwebs
There's
out
nothing
because
there.
I need some.
And then another subscribe
This actually reminds
diamonds.
me that there's a spawner here.
Oh, chat. I bet a pixel to save me.
So the bookshelves acquired, I also want to make some silver bookshelves to go along with them. And I know I have a ton of wood and wood.
No.
And I can turn all the supplies that I have and plants into the chisel bookshelves. So I can make 42 of them, and I think that's actually as many as I'm going to do. With all of the materials collected, I want to start by removing the synthetic pores. Again, everything I try to do in this world requires me to destroy earth clearance. I also have to do a little bit of terraforming to bring the land back up and down in a more extreme.
Introducing the new Harry's Plus, the Tour de Force, to contour the face.
With the area flattened out, the first thing I'm going to do is create the entryway for the tower. Now, the main block I'm going to be using today is tough, of course, but I'm also going to be mixing in a decent amount of mossy blocks and the cracked stone bricks as well. I also want to mix in a bit of acacia wood, which I haven't really used much in this world, but will go perfectly with these other blocks. I also want to create a big spruce door, so I'm going to grab some trapdoors and some normal doors, as well as some strips of spruce blocks. The first thing I want to do is I want to create kind of a guard wall here along the left side of where the door would be. So I'm going to go around with some cut bricks and then mix in some mossy and cracked stone bricks as well as some acacia wood. And for now, I'm going to wrap this around to about here. I also want to go up here along the right side of the door is going to be some.
I know how I can get vehicles and off-road outlaws for free. I can glitch the game date. I changed the date to like, let's say I have to wait 4 days and 20 hours.
For what?
Vehicles and off-road outlaws? No, it's actually a glitch.
Okay.
Okay.
You can try?
I will pull up.
Then we have now because I can't help myself adding a little bit more texture, I want to find some
Wait a minute.
place them here to kind of round out.
Two. Oh, for a second I thought I had like 4 obsidian. I was about to say, I can make an enchantment table already.
Now we have the front entryway completed.
One, 2/3 away. There. The way there to enchantment table.
So I guess this isn't a traditional powder. I've also visited many of my before, but people over at Westbrook Craft have heavily inspired the way that I'm trying to build.
Wait, Kellen.
So I've really been taking a lot of notes.
Kellen, are you changing my whole phone's time date?
An area like this would be laid out and functional. I've really been trying to recreate some of what I see
Kellen,
in videos as a learning experience for myself.
are you changing my whole phone's time date? I'm about to say,
Now, if
if you are, heck no, you ain't trying that.
Now, this area here where people can guard the tower, which will be, of course, in this one, has some space gutted out a bit for some more protection. Have a space for a wall right here, and I kind of limited it around going around this way at a slight diagonal. As I was saying though, I want to put a well up there, so I'm going to grab some puff walls and some spruce fences, as well as some more trapdoors and slabs. And I should have a ton of levers somewhere. They were in my chest all the time. There we go. I need about 4 of these. Anyways, I want to give people who live in this tower a
Whoa.
way to have fresh water, just in case they're under like a sea.
Ice tall grass.
Let's see about
Oh.
here. And I'll have some trapdoors going along the sides with a slab mounted up here at the way top. I also forgot I don't need these fences here. Let me break these real quick. But I want to put these fences in the middle, and then I want to connect it using some levers facing this way. So now when you're looking at it from this angle, the levers connect with the fence. And what I was thinking is maybe putting a couple chains like going down, and then I could always put something to make it look like a bucket, but I think it'll be okay. And I think that was a pretty good well design. See, well then I want to come up here and place in some barrels just for some extra storage up here where the battlements are. With that then, though, I want to
I'm about to
start
say,
on
no
the
way.
main tower. This will be using a lot of the same blocks that I've been using, except I want to bring in some more dark tones using some deep slate and some pale oak wood to kind of mix in here with the deep slate top that I've been using. As well as a bit of slate terracotta and some lately, I've been using Axiom a lot to build, especially to add texture to large areas very quickly, but this build is a very good excuse for me to get back to my roots and do texture the way that I'm best at, which is by hand. And I would say this has turned out better than anything I could do with a program and a few commands. The tower is starting to gain a bit of height, and it's looking pretty good now, especially with the texture, and I absolutely love the way that these colors are blending together. So towards the top, I want to do something just a little bit different, and I want to grab a ton of walls. As I want to extend the width of the tower a little bit, and with using a ton of walls, I of course want to also use some gray stained glass to connect it a little better. So now I can just fly on up here with my electric, and I want to extend the wall just a little bit more. And I want to create a cool shape here using some walls just to be a start. So I'm going to go with some mossy brick walls with a top wall right here, and then I'll connect them using some fence leaves, which you won't really see for distance as they kind of blend in at the top. It creates a nice arch shape here. Now from this point on, I want to make it just a wall around the edge of the build, and just to extend it out ever so slightly here along the edges. I've used some of the walls to expand it like I've been saying, but I want to also give some of that gray stained glass and a little bit more because it creates a darker color, but also connects it just so there's a little bit less noise. Now I've made my way up to the very top of the tower where I want to create some arches for some small windows. These will look very, very similar to the arches I made down there. These spruce fence here at the top. Now I'm going to round it out more with the top wall. But again, to get rid of the texture on the side, I want to go up with the gray stained glass. And I want to keep going up and around the entire top side of the tower. And lastly, up here at the top, again, I want to create a trim using some jungle, spruce, and oak just for a little bit of texture. And I want to mix in between these slabs and trapdoors to make it look like maybe it has a little bit of texture as well. After you put a trim on the top, I just needed to finish the tower by adding in a roof using full blocks and walls to achieve the shape of it. Now the final thing I want to do is create a family flag design up here using some bamboo and some pebbles. And I want to make it look like it's waving in the wind. And so to do that, I'm going to give it a little bit of a curve. And to curve it just a little bit more slightly, I want to use some trapdoors on the edge. And yeah, that's looking pretty good. Looks very similar to what I did on the castle there. And let me land on this tree. Oh, it looks so good in the distance. I absolutely love the tower. There's something so cool about having a tower or a castle up at the top of a hill. And when you're walking in the farming village, it just is very, very nice just being able to see it up here towards the top. Now, I don't think it's like king lives in here. I think this was made for like a rich family. Somebody with
No, no, no.
wealth and maybe some power in this area, but not necessarily somebody super important, just kind of a wealthy family. Now, the only thing that's bothering me is the amount of grass that is spread
Well,
throughout the courtyard.
I can't
But
do
I'll figure
nothing.
that out later. But right now, what I do want to do is I want to get started
Except-
on the interior. And it's pretty dark in here. I'm hoping there's no
Sorry.
skeletons. So I'm going to have to get some torches. But
It had to
you can
be
see
done.
I have one of the main staircases
It had to be
already
done.
put in. And then you can see the shape of some rooms as well.
Wait,
This will be
is this
the
a whole
grand hall.
lava pool?
And a lot of torches to be placed, so let me hop on out of
It's a
here.
whole
Light this
lava
area up
pool.
a little bit. Definitely don't want a creeper to explode. And I mean, there's nothing more annoying than building something and hearing the zombies underneath it. That is the fastest skeleton. Dude, what is this guy's 45? Oh my god. Well, I have most of the area lit up now. I'm hoping no more mobs spawn down here. To get started on the interior, I first removed the grass and dirt that was in the way and built up the walls in shape for roofs using the same blocks I used on the exterior. Ready to snap. Snap. Listen, Jim.
I don't like lava. Especially lava and freaking.
Welcome to Health 3.0.
Now I have the layout of
Yeah.
the basement area. And this will be the kitchen. I have a little
Did it work?
here, and I have a little space
Aw.
here for some storage. Now the first thing I want to do in this room is create a window using the iron bars. Since this is storage, I want to give them some hay, maybe for when it gets cold, or maybe just some storage for the winter, or if they bring in some horses. And I love adding in a tripwire hook on these just to make it look like it could be some storage for wine. So I've created some more barrels and a compost here on this side. And now I want to bring in some ground carpet just to make it look like some dirt is piled up just a little bit taller. And now we have the storage room. Going through here, I added in some barrels for extra storage. I added in a torch, and then I added in another one here on the wall that I love with the lever that attaches to a handle. Now again, I want this area to be room for the kitchen. So along the wall, I want to add in a bit of a counter using the smithing table. Then I also want to add in a sink using a composter, and then to kind of connect it, I want to add in the mangrove sign. I added in a small shelf here, and I want to use some of the chiseled shelves, not for books, but just to make it look like maybe we can store some food
Please,
or some bottles or something. So I have a space laid out in here where I want to put in a furnace where
Yeah.
they can actually
One sec.
cook food. So I'm going to have with some bricks, and then I'm going to use
Yeah.
a cup downstairs
Oh, crap.
and grind it up here at the end.
Yeah.
Just like that.
You said yeah?
Create a nice looking furnace shape. I've added in some extra details.
How do I make
Like
a?
and I want to put a chain going across the top to make it look like maybe they can have some food or some pasta. So I actually put a decorated pot that's kind of hanging right here.
I don't know how to make
They're
a
actually doing some
portal like
baking
that. Okay,
here.
guys,
So
don't
I'll put
judge.
a couple cakes. Now I've added in some more shelves into this room, which is now completed. And of course, I created a small storage closet along the staircase. Now, the next thing I want to do is
I'm doing it my way, okay?
Going down here. So first, I of course have to dig an area out just to create a staircase along the edge of the build. To go off the idea
Doing
of
it a new way.
the lowest area will have a dungeon and prison area to keep anybody who can
Um,
to eat and torture. I mean, their own cozy space.
Hey, it worked. Sorta.
So I have a bigger prison cell
Don't
right here, and then two smaller ones with
In a
some
minute.
also put in some cobwebs, the gas pen, make it look like maybe they're doing some weird experiments. We can also be bottle of enchanting, and then something that is just a little detail that I think goes a long way is the dripstone. Not only it creates blocks, but it also creates a dripping sound, which I think goes along with the basement dungeon that we have down here. So now I have completed the
I'm doing it my way.
of the tower. Now, traditionally, a kitchen
I
would
don't
be
understand my
a
way of
big
making it.
dining room, which is what is going to be up here. like I mentioned before, the first room I want to work on is right here, which will be the first room of the tower. The first thing I want to
Hey,
do
it
is
worked.
create an altar here just so people can put
Hey, it
their
worked.
So I'm going to do a shape like this using some stairs, and then let me put some rectangles on top of it. And then let me
I don't know why I wasted my time doing that when I'm not even gonna. Stupid.
Council that I made.
I just wanted to try to make a.
To tie that into the same foundation. I want to create a table using a lever and then some stairs, and then I want to add a tabletop to it using some of the angles. Not much going on in here. It's a little bit simple, but this is one of my favorite rooms in this entire game. Now in the grand hall, I want to create a grand table where the family can eat at, which is just going to be a simple stair table. And I guess in these areas you wouldn't see like a table with chairs, but you would see like a bench almost. So I'm going to use the campfires just so there's a little bit of space between the bench and the table, even though it doesn't look super comfortable, especially when the campfires are lit. Now, of course, there's also going to be a fireplace in here. So I'm going to put in 3 campfires, but I'm going to put out these two just so it's not stuck on the smoke. So now they have the fireplace at the end of the table. It's also going to put in some small tables on the side of the room, and I'll put one here on the back. Now, of course, in here they would have some wine, so I'm also going to give them some chocolate, which I can go ahead and put on the table, as well as some plates, which will just kind of match the cups with the jungle pressure plates, and then I just want to put in some candles in here, just to kind of look like a table topper kind of thing. And I think that's looking pretty good. So now again, it's a pretty simple space in here. There's not a ton going on, but I think it's looking very, very nice. There is a small detail that I want to put there though, and I might want to do this in like every castle and tower and place like this on the road. I want to grab a couple pieces of iron and stick, and I want to make an iron sword. So along here, I want to put like a sword along like a mantle. So it looks like maybe like a family sword. And I think it's kind of a cool detail to put in the grand hall. Now, my favorite detail, you guys are ready, you better be ready for this. You guys don't know what this is. It's a full bathroom. And if you were the game, anyways, so this doesn't make too much sense. They wouldn't really be.
I don't know why I'm wasting my time making
I
that
don't think that
freaking
would
portal.
make sense, but it's fine. It's Minecraft. There's no smell. You don't smell. They don't have noses. But I also have like another small detail that I want to add that goes along with this. It's a little gross, but it goes on. See where that hole is right there? Yep, that's where the bathroom is. So I want to create a pipe that'll extend going all the way up to the bathroom. So this will of course just give the lore behind here. It goes to the tower. I also want to place jungle logs in here just to look like logs, as well as some mossy cobblestone to make it look like the ground is a little bit fertilized and to make it look like it's actually stuff is coming out. I'm going to put in some of the brown stained glass, and there we go. Just a little small detail to the side of the house. Is it realistic? A little bit. Also, I don't think it would be blowing out right here, but also, where else would it be blowing out? I don't know. Something's going on. Something's going on for sure. I had the second level of the tower done, complete with a small church room and the dining hall. Moved me up to the next level. I first created a long hallway with oak wood, and then created some smaller living areas for servants of the tower. Maybe you should do earth and help maintain the space. I then built up a small bathing area, and a large room members of the family.
Bro,
Do you want to make it inside of something that is like I say flex like takes but basically can help people available at Walmart.
Nine, 90, 9. It's our best deal ever. Now I did leave one room that is on the here at the end of the hallway. That is because I want to put some beds in here, as this is going to be the armory and where the, I guess, guards would stay. And then I was thinking, if I want to give them a ladder up, I'll just use some spruce signs on the end of the beds. I also want to give them a little bit of light in here, as well as a ladder, which kind of looks like some shelves, as well as some actual shelves using some spruce doors, and then I'll give them a bit of storage with some shelves. But of course, these guards wouldn't be able to fall asleep in here without a nice little flower pot. So right here is a small section for the guards to sleep. But down here, I want to create a little kind of jut out section using some spruce wood and jumbo wood. So down here, I want to create a bit of an extension of the building using a mix of the spruce trapdoors and slabs going every other block. As I want to give them a bit of a height advantage against people that would be willing to attack the tower, I want this to be made out of spruce trapdoors completely. So I'm going to put some trapdoors along the outside of the building, and then right here, I want to place some trapdoors from the inside. Because with the base trapdoor texture, it gets a little bit repetitive and boring. And with it being on this side, I can place.
Okay, guys, that's all for today.
With a little bit of texture. And in
I'll
fact,
see
I
you
do that across the
next
entire
one. Bye.
as much as I can. I built